to Social Soda. I'm Ria, and today we are asking students on campus the big question, do you invest? And most importantly, does money matter? Let's see what students think. Today we are going to be discussing...
Sorry.
Oh, well, we've got our first candidate here. Hello, what's your name?
Sinan Malik.
And the question we are asking today is, do you invest?
Yes, I do invest actually.
Really, what do you invest in? Stock market or any physical forms of investment?
That's a very good question, but I also invest in my education and my future.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. That is a brilliant answer from this UCL student here. Thank you, Sinan. So here we are with Vignesh and Nick. One of you seems to be quite the finance pro, so quite useful for the question, do you guys invest? So,
I'm afraid I actually don't invest.
okay.
Yeah, I'm not really the finance pro, I'm sorry to tell you.
Okay, I've been told a lie, but Nick?
So not at the moment, but I am looking to in the short to medium term.
Okay, so what are the current barriers for you guys right now? Is that something you would want to do or?
Yeah, so I think I would be interested in investing. It's just currently I feel like I kind of lack the knowledge to do so. So if I get more financially literate, then I may look into investing sooner.
Okay.
I think it's also that, but also more of a trust issue. So like obviously there's a lot of like advice floating around, but I think it's more. I want to learn more how to distinguish like actual useful advice from like random stuff you see on like YouTube, TikTok. And I think knowing that difference probably helps a lot in terms of like actually taking that step from applying the knowledge and going into investing.
Okay, and what kind of investment appeals to you the most? Would it be the stock market, property, collectibles? Like, you know, which one?
I think I would look into the stock market first because it seems like sort of the one that requires probably the least amount of capital to start off investing in. And then maybe later on look into other things as well.
Okay.
Bitcoin. But no, like for real, I think I'd probably, because my risk appetite is a bit lower, so I'd probably start with like something more stable, like more secure first. Something like time deposits don't give you a lot of return, but you know at least they're pretty reliable. And then I'd probably then move up the risk appetite hierarchy.
Yeah.
So some stuff like stocks. I don't know. Maybe at the end I'll be trading like oil futures or something. I don't know. But I'll start with that first, and I'll see how it goes from there.
Okay. And final question, how much does income matter to you versus like passion and a job you do for fun, you know?
For me, I think there's a mix that needs to be met, but for me personally, finance matters first because once you're secure, you're able to spend that time and money on things that you actually do enjoy.
Okay.
I think for me, like I intuitively buy the principle that like there's a threshold of income at which point like any additional effort to make more money like results probably in more harm than good. So I'd probably like strive towards that level. I think once I get there, I'd probably be happy just like taking like time to like touch grass, enjoy other parts of life as opposed to like going on this endless grind which never seems to stop.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, guys. So here we have Sakshi, and we are asking the question today, do you invest? So...
Not right now. I don't invest as of now.
And why don't you?
I don't think I have the financial independence to do it as of now. So maybe next year when I have the capability to do that. Yeah.
And do you know a lot about investing? Is that something you're aware of how it works?
I do, but that's because my father is into investing. He does that, but not me. So yeah, I've heard from him. He knows. He's into it. He does that as a side hustle, so that's something of his interest, and he does want me to do it. But I don't think I have the interest right now. So yeah,
that's very useful to have a father who can help you out with that. What kind of investment would you be interested in if you were to invest? Would it be physical, like property, or would it be stock market?
Probably mutual funds or something like that. Not physical. I don't think so. But yeah.
And in general, does income matter to you, would you say? Does your financial stability, how important is that to you?
I think there needs to be a balance between the two. Obviously, I think like a comfortable amount of income is very important to have a kind of lifestyle, not very extravagant, but yeah, some comfortable level of income probably. But then the balance between passion should also be there. So that is, I think, what we should strive for, ideally. Yeah.
So here we are with Fumi, who is from Japan, and we are asking, do you invest?
Actually, no. I haven't invested before. No, almost for my life.
Okay. And what has been the barriers to stopping you from investing?
Actually, I had a lot of benefit to invest, but to be honest, I don't have enough money to do that.
Is investing something you'd possibly want to do or consider in the future?
If I had enough money, yes, I want to do that because maybe we can get a lot of interest from that. Yeah.
Is investing a big thing back home in Japan?
Yes, some really interested in investing, but not for everyone. Yeah, because of the money or budget, and also in my country, not everyone know what's going on in investing. So yeah, it could be a very big barrier.
Does money matter to you when choosing a job, a future job, or your career? How important is money to you?
I think money is very important, but it's not related to my job. But yeah, it's rather related to my family plan to send my children to go to the good schools or something like that, or buying houses or yeah.
So would you rather do a job that you dislike but has good money, or would you rather do a job that you enjoy but has,
Yeah, that's a very good question, but yeah. Maybe, yeah, I will. Actually, in reality, I will get the job I dislike if I got a lot of money.
Okay. So money matters then.
Yeah, do matter.
Okay. Thank you very much then for your time for me. So here we have,
I'm Jacob.
and the question we are asking is, do you invest? So what are your thoughts?
I dabble in a bit of investing. I have some stocks. I don't really know what to do with them, but I've been told it's quite a smart thing to do. So I've got a bit of money in there just to see.
Okay. Would you say you would want to know more about the stock market or learn about it, or would you say you pretty much understand the ins and outs?
I know nothing about it, so I'm scrabbling in the dark really. I could do with a bit of more knowledge about it.
Ever consider investing in property, for example, or along those lines?
Call me old-fashioned, but I quite like to have a house.
Okay, yeah.
I think, just owning stuff as opposed to sort of buying the right for it each week. I think I personally feel more secure doing that. I would, in an ideal world, like to invest in some property at some point in the future.
And how much does money matter to you in general? Is that something that drives your ambitions, your career ambitions, or is it something that's more of on a back seat?
Yeah, that's a good question. I know for a lot of people, yes, it's very important. But for me, I'd like to think it's more of a means to an end. There's like a phrase which I've heard used: money is a good servant but a bad master. And I try and kind of live with that. Where I love money. I think it's great, but I love it because it can do things rather than for it as an entity itself.
Yeah. Thank you very much. That was quite the impactful response. I think even myself, I will be taking that forward and incorporating that advice into my own life. So thank you very much. So it turns out that a lot of students don't actually invest, but it probably comes down to the fact that a lot of them don't know how to. I invest, and I definitely can say I don't really know what I'm doing. But at least we have some hope, because a lot of students seem to want to balance enjoyment and passion with their income. And that's only good news. So we hope you enjoy watching Social Soda, and we shall see you next time.